Last generation, the HP Omen 45L was severely bottlenecked and as my test showed, the worst performing top tier pre-built. Publicly labeled by Gamers Nexus as one of the worst pre-built PCs on the market. In his test, the CPU hit over 100 degrees Celsius. So when HP announced the brand new 2026 Omen MAX 45L featuring the best gaming CPUs AMD Ryzen has to offer, the entire gaming PC community held its breath. I've spent the past week pushing this machine to its absolute limit. I'm going to quickly take you through the unboxing, dive deep into the internals, thermal imaging, show you the bizarre truth of their new extreme mode, gaming and creator benchmarks, and its price to performance ratio against the competition. All of this to answer one simple question. Is this the greatest redemption arc in PC gaming history or just another expensive mistake? If you ultimately decide that this PC is not right for you after sharing what I've found, just keep watching because I'm also going to be sharing with you some alternative PCs that I recommend for every budget. They'll be tagged directly on this video in the comments and description below or using a QR code if you're watching on a TV. But first, let's rewind back into the past real quick and check out what came in the box. Opening the main box reveals their heavy-duty internal packaging. HP knows shipping a 5090 is risky, so the foam molding here is incredibly dense. Inside the box, there's another smaller box with just a standard quick start guide and your massive power cable. Oh man, no plastic to take off. Now design-wise, everything is pretty much exactly the same as the last version of this PC. Getting inside is still pretty easy with this internal access button, but just to keep it safe during shipping, it will be locked initially with the screw that you have to access from behind the front dust filter. Right here in the center is our CPU cooling block, just like the last one, now featuring a fully customizable LCD screen for your thermals, GIFs, or animations. And right next to the CPU, the RAM they include in this pre-built, Kingston Fury Beast RGB DDR5 RAM. We got two 32GB sticks for a total of 64. If you're only going to be using this PC for gaming though, anything past 32 is honestly overkill. Most games don't even use 16GB. And to answer a massive complaint from last generation, did HP enable proper profiles out of the box this time? Mine actually came defaulted at 5600 MHz. I had to manually enable 6000 in the Omen Gaming Hub and restart. Quite the improvement from last generation being defaulted at 4800 MHz though. Below that, underneath this hefty metal heatsink is our storage. The one that they included in here is a SanDisk 2TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD, and behind the GPU, another identical one. And when we tested them, both of them hit around 6400 megabytes per second read and just under 6000 write, which is about average compared to most of the other top tier pre-builds that I've reviewed in this price range. The most crucial and expensive part of this build though, this custom HP designed RTX 5090. This is the largest 5090 GPU that I've seen yet. I thought my 4080 Super was large and heavy, but this one is actually even beefier than that. So to protect the motherboard from just snapping under the weight, HP built an extremely sturdy GPU support bracket directly into the chassis. It does make removing the GPU take quite a bit longer, but for a card that's this heavy, it's absolutely mandatory. I gotta say, disappointed they still have not updated their proprietary motherboard to include an additional PCI slot underneath the GPU that's actually accessible. ATX and MATX motherboards are compatible with this PC though if you ever want to upgrade in the future, but you shouldn't have to. Most top tier pre-builts have access to at least one PCI slot underneath even the largest GPUs. Then swinging around to the back and removing the back panel the same way we did the front, you can see they give you two more slots that can fit up to 3.5-inch mechanical hard drives, and in the bottom right, now finally a modular 1200 watt HP power supply. HP is actually so proud and confident with this power supply that they slapped it with a 10-year warranty. That is by far the most I've seen for a pre-built PSU. It's pretty generous. It also comes with this self-cleaning feature that reverses the fans to clear out dust. One thing I noticed that's actually a downgrade from the previous version though, there used to be two more slots for 2.5-inch SATA SSDs right here. That's been removed for some reason. As far as the ports go, we've got plenty of USBs with 8 total USB-A's and 3 faster USB-C's at 10 gigabits per second. This is actually a little disappointing. I've reviewed many many top tier 5090 pre-builts, and this is the only one without USB 4 at 20 gigabits per second. Some even go up to 40 gigabits per second. Now for the software, the Omen Gaming Hub is back. You still get your Light Studio for full RGB synchronization and performance profiles. Yes, there still is some pre-installed software you're probably going to want to uninstall, but it's manageable. But here's the most important change. Last generation, HP was torn apart online because it capped CPU power. And if you tried to run it at normal speeds, you got a legally binding warning that it would void your warranty. I specifically confronted HP representatives on the reviewer pre-briefing call before I even opened the box. And I asked them point blank, does using extreme mode CPU overclocking profile in the Omen Gaming Hub void the warranty? They emphatically and confidently told me absolutely not. It's now a fully warranted factory supported feature, as it should be. So I tested it, and guys, the data is fascinating. I actually strongly recommend you do not use extreme mode, and I'll explain why here in a sec. Now, when it came to the fan noise, these were my results after testing each of the main fan profiles in my studio, which is a much quieter than normal room with very minimal ambient noise. In quiet mode, it hit about 40.7 decibels. And then during heavy gaming and performance mode, the fan spun up to only around 41.8 decibels. This is quite a bit quieter than average, especially for a 5090 PC. Now for the thermals, you can see in our thermal imaging time-lapse from computer off to full-on gaming that we get some expected heat building up around the glass right next to that 5090 GPU. Removing that side glass panel reveals a bit more in detail where specifically some of those hot spots are. Thankfully, the back and top exhaust fans got rid of this heat fairly quick. The large majority of my thermal testing was spent in actual gameplay. This is where things got interesting. These were our average CPU temperatures that we got for several games at their highest preset settings at 1080p. We ran all of our benchmarks twice with both performance and extreme mode and discovered that we got almost a 5% temperature increase in extreme mode without any increase in performance. We'll get to the actual performance here in a sec. And when you look at the overall averages of this setup compared to all the other recent PCs that we've tested, this PC technically had one of the hottest CPUs at 1080p gaming. But fortunately, with the new Omen MAX 45L finally utilizing all of its power. Most people who buy a top tier pre-built with the 5090 though will be gaming at 4K. You really should be gaming at 4K with this much power. And jumping into that resolution where the pressure shifts heavily on the GPU, you can see that the 5090 inside this Omen MAX is actually one of the coolest 5090 GPUs we've tested when put to its limit. Now getting into the performance and gaming benchmarks, and up next, the most important part of this review, the price to performance ratios. For Cinebench R23, which simulates its 3D rendering power, you can see that the 9900 X3D in this PC proves itself to be a nice bridge in the gap between 9800 X3Ds and the newer Intel CPUs. And we got similar results in our V-Ray performance score as well, just barely behind the Intel 285K PCs, which are specifically designed for productivity. For actual gameplay, the Omen MAX 45L surprised me. These were our average and 1% low FPS numbers that we got for several games at their highest preset settings at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K resolutions. Yes, those are some pretty impressive numbers, but then we redid all the benchmarks for extreme mode. Check out the difference between these two. This is why I recommend not using extreme mode. Up to a 5% increase in temperatures for literally no gain in gaming. Now comparing the average against all other gaming PCs at 1080p, you can see that this PC is finally performing the way that it should compared to other top tier gaming PCs. And as you can imagine, way better than the previous Omen 45L. Same thing at 1440p, basically the same exact performance overall to the PCs with 9800 X3D CPUs and 5090 GPUs. But then with 4K gaming, we actually just barely got the best performance that we've ever seen for a top tier 5090 pre-built. What this proves is that HP's version of the 5090 is definitely doing its job exceptionally well. But let's talk price to performance. Right now, at the time of this recording, this exact configuration sits around $5,500. Recently, it has been going in and out of stock, but it looks like there will be a few more available in just a few days. At 1080p gaming, you can see that at this price, it was the second best value top tier 5090 pre-built that we've seen so far. And at 1440p, it just barely slid into first. And even more so at 4K with the best dollar per FPS ratio that we've seen yet for a 5090 pre-built gaming PC. Now, if you're understandably at an entirely different price point, these are my recommendations for every budget. I'll have links down below in the comments and description, as well as is tagged directly on this video or using a QR code if you're watching on a TV. If you're just not feeling the design of this PC that I reviewed today, or you need a motherboard that actually has an extra PCIe slot underneath the 5090 GPU, then I would actually get the Skytech O11V that I just reviewed with the 5090. This one basically had the same exact performance as this HP Omen MAX 45L that I reviewed today, and right now it's about the same exact price as well. If you can't quite afford a top tier 5090 pre-built gaming PC, then I would get this Andromeda Insights with the 5080. I tested this exact configuration, so here are the FPS that you can expect for each game at every resolution. And if you really like this one, there's also a 5090 version for just under what the Skytech O11V and this HP Omen MAX 45L cost. So it's actually a slightly better value than those. Also, another benefit with Andromeda Insights PCs is that you get a 2-year warranty, double the standard. If you need to be closer to $2,000, then your best bet is going to be the Skytech King 95 with a 7800X3D and 9070 XT. This was one of my favorite PCs that I've reviewed. I had a different configuration, but I have done plenty of other reviews with this CPU and GPU combo, so here are the FPS that you can expect with this version. Closer to 1500, and I'd get the Lenovo Legion Tower with a 5060 Ti GPU. Most PCs in this price range right now only have a 5060. Around $1,000 is the lowest that I'd go for decent gameplay. In this range, I would get the ABG PC Max with the 5600X and 5060. I also have the exact FPS data for this one at every resolution at the highest graphic presets. Overall, I'd say that HP listened. They fixed the CPU throttling, they upgraded the default RAM speeds, and most importantly, dropped the anti-consumer warranty traps. Although I still don't appreciate the lack of a PCIe slot underneath the GPU or the absence of USB 4 on a top tier PC. But as you saw in the charts, it currently stands as the best value pre-built gaming PC with the best dollar per FPS ratio. The performance in gaming with this PC is incredible, and it's actually priced pretty well in this market. If you do decide to purchase this PC or any of the others that I mentioned, then please remember to use my affiliate links in the comments and description below, or tag directly on this video, or using a QR code if you're watching on a TV, as I get a small commission at no cost to you for every single purchase made, and it's actually a major factor in keeping this channel going and getting better and better for you. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on to stay up to date with all of my latest tech and gaming PCs. PC gaming is awesome, but trust me, please do not let it take over your life. What helps me mentally is getting outside, staying active, eating healthy, and spending more time with my family. Also, studies have shown that reading the Bible at least 4 times a week can massively improve your mental health, and I can attest to that. And if you are a little skeptical about the Bible, then check out the book or documentary, The Case for Christ.